introduce a heavy hitter here I hear in Jackson. Now, I'm not saying anything other than what I hear, but I'm going to let you all figure out if you know who I'm speaking of. He's a handsome, grown man. He loves the blues. I mean, he act like his mom and dad brought him up in the blues. So I'm just going to say that when they made him, they was playing the blues. Because this young man definitely knows what he's doing, and he's doing a wonderful job at it. Let's have a round of applause for Alex Thomas. Right here at Ladies Max Couples Sports Bar.
Thank you.
All right, tell me about you, Alex. I mean, since I'm sitting up here making up all these wonderful stories like I know what I'm talking about, but I do because I keep on talking. So you gotta tell me what you know about you.
Well, I am a Jackson native. I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of blues artists over the years. B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Howlin' Wolf Daughters, just so many artists, I guess, that have been influential in shaping the blues culture, not only in Mississippi, but around the globe. I worked with a lot of musicians prior to working for the state of Mississippi.
Okay.
And actually musician myself.
Really,
Started out, I played saxophone. I haven't played in years.
I was looking at your lips. I knew it was something about them. Oh, the saxophone. Come on now, y'all. Oh, I love that.
So
sorry, I digress.
But I played saxophone when I was in middle school with hip hop artists that most of you know from Jackson area by the name of David Banner.
Okay.
We actually were schoolmates, good friends, and graduated from high school together. And he went on to pursue a career in hip hop, and I worked with a lot of blues artists. So music has been in the family generation for a long time. And I woke up on Saturday mornings listening to the likes of Bobby Blue Bland and B.B. King, and you know, my dad played a lot of that music, and I also have an uncle who's a blues artist out in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
But in the last 6 months, I had the opportunity to start my own business. After working with so many blues artists, you know, it appears to me that a lot of them have been mistreated over the years financially, through management, through booking agents, and so forth. And when I worked with a lot of them, I realized that a lot of their agents and their managers didn't look like me and you.
Oh, okay.
So I decided that I wanted to start my own company, and I created Blue South Entertainment, and I represent 11 artists from the Mississippi area as far as San Francisco, California, as far north as Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So each of those artists brings something unique to the table, and they are all trying to strive to keep the blues alive and well.
Well, I'm very proud of you. I mean, being a young man and such, and taking all the jokes aside, I'm very, very proud of you. And this has to be a challenge, but one that definitely was where you're supposed to be, because you're comfortable in it. You look like you're comfortable. You look like you're comfortable to me. I'm looking at this flyer here. You have an upcoming show, and from the looks of it, it's July 19th. Tell me a little bit about this project.
Well, this project here is being put on by the Jackson Convention and Visitors Bureau, and they hired me as a consultant to help them with the festival. And we have what most people don't know is a remarkable lineup. These 4 people on this flyer here, including 6-time award winner Buddy Guy and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Percy Sledge, are joined by 2 great blues divas. Ruthie Foster is a Grammy-nominated artist out of Austin, Texas, and Shakira Saida is a Canadian blues artist who won several Canadian awards and has been nominated for awards recently here in Memphis and in the surrounding area. Neither one of those artists have ever performed in Mississippi. And with Buddy Guy even being from Louisiana, he's always wanted to come and play in Jackson. And so I met with him several months back, and we talked about the opportunity of getting him to Mississippi. And so he's elated. He'll be here next Friday at the Mississippi Coliseum along with Percy Sledge. Originally, we had Bobby Blue Bland on the ticket, and when his health took back in March, we replaced him with Percy Sledge. So I think we have a great lineup for those who are blues fans and just fans of music. It's going to be a great amount of talent in the room on next Friday night.
You know, blues itself has changed in the genre that it's in, but it has come, you know, timeless, I guess we would say, in all music. Music is, but specifically in the blues genre, I see that we have a lot of women that's coming up age-wise. I mean, they're very, from what I see here, and if this lady's coming from Canada, then that lets us know that coming to Jackson, Mississippi is a wonderful thing for you.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
definitely
great.
great.
I mean, you're doing something that I haven't heard of before, and you know I've heard a lot of stuff because you can look around and tell I've been around with this. So, but anyway,
What?
Tell me what's going on with them. Tell me about her because I've never heard this young lady.
Shakira Saida?
Yes.
Well, Shakira, like I said, she's more of a jazz performer. She also has a set that she does that's traditional blues, but she's performed with symphonies where she puts on a tribute to the jazz greats like Ella Fitzgerald. And so I think she's gonna really, really blow folks' socks off when they hear her voice is amazing. Like I said, she's Canadian star, so a lot of people in this area have not heard of her. So we're really trying to encourage people to come out and support the event and just bring something different to Jackson. A lot of people say we don't have a lot of great events, but this is something different, this is something special, and I think people are going to have an opportunity to see. As you know, we just lost Bobby Blue Bland.
Yes.
So Buddy Guys is the other, outside of B.B. King, he's the other blues icon that a lot of people would love to be able to say if they saw him during their lifetime. So this is a great opportunity to see him, both Percy Sledge. They both were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 1998. And so this will be the first time that those two have been on stage together since 1998 when they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ruthie Foster, can't say enough about her. She's won the Coco Taylor Blues Award 2 years in a row for traditional blues artists. And she reminds me a lot of Tracy Chapman with the acoustic style blues that she plays, but her voice is very strong. So when you hear her, you embody that Coco Taylor, and she's very, very, I guess eloquent on stage. So I'm just ready for Friday night to get here so people can really see what we put our work into trying to put together a great event.
Well, you definitely know your history and your artists here because sitting here listening to you, you have a lot to say individually to each one. And that's a good thing. I mean, that lets you know that you're a man about the business because some people don't even know what they're doing, number one, but then when you can sit up and talk individually by each person that's going to perform on your show and you know history about them, then I know that you're good at what you do.
Well, it's a passion. I respect the artists and their gift that God has allowed them to bring to the table, and so I just want to be able to share that with the people here in Mississippi. I've been fortunate when I worked for the state of Mississippi to travel to a lot of places in Amsterdam and Norway, and I always experienced great festivals there. And when I was there, I would say, why can't we have this in Mississippi? And so we have to bring it here. We have to get people to appreciate it and help it grow. And so I don't expect a lot of people to get it next Friday. They're not going to get it when we do the festival in August, but I want this to be successful over the years so they'll understand that we are trying to bring something different to the table. 6 years ago, I worked on the Mississippi Blues Trail, and a lot of people didn't realize that we were going to be able to actually do that project. They said, what are you going to do with that? Well, we went from not only creating a trail throughout the state of Mississippi, but we placed the marker as far as Norway. We placed the marker as far as west as LA. And so now we have over 100 plus markers in the state of Mississippi. And I was, fortunate to help develop that project. So I said that to say that people didn't think that will come to a reality. I don't think they'll be excited about this festival for the first start, but 2-3 years from now, I think they'll be excited.
Nah, I think you're gonna have a big surprise. You spoke a little bit about your next one coming up in August the 16th through the 17th.
Exactly.
And with this flyer, you have a mirage of people. I mean,
oh yeah.
Lacey, what is that? Eden Brent,
Brent,
Hill,
yes.
Dexter Allen, Dr. John, Lily James, Bobby Rush, Mint Condition. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, pronounce this young man here,
Tab Benoit. Tab Benoit.
Trampled under your foot. Mud Morganfield.
The son of Muddy Waters himself.
Oh, and Laura Isabar. Now I do know her.
Yeah.
Dorothy Moore.
Exactly.
Now tell me a little bit about her. I don't know.
Dorothy Moore is definitely an icon in the Jackson area. She is a graduate of Lanier High School. She started performing down at the Alamo many years ago, the historic Alamo on Fair Street. And Dorothy has won recognition for her great song, Misty Blues, that was recorded years ago. She is definitely going to be, I guess, the highlight of the festival, being that this is the very first Jackson Rhythm and Blues Festival. We wanted to pay homage to not only the Jackson artists, but also to bring some nationally renowned artists to this event. Initially, the festival was going to take place in September, and when we changed the dates, we moved it to August, and that is how we ended up with the pre-festival concert with Buddy Guy. So we still wanted to we had announced that Buddy Guy would be a part of the event, so he couldn't make the August date, so we created the July 19th date for Buddy Guy, and then we built the other artists around him. These 30 plus artists that you see on this poster are very unique, diverse, and talented. But starting out, I'll just talk a little bit about Dr. John. Dr. John won a Grammy this year for Best Blues Album. And so we wanted to keep the bar high when we talked about bringing Buddy Guy. You look at a 6-time Grammy winner. Okay. Well, then we also were bringing Dr. John, who's also another 6-time Grammy winner. So that just speaks volume to what our main stage is going to consist of. Secondly, Mint Condition. Mint Condition is our headliner for Friday night. Mint Condition is probably one of the last R&B bands that have recorded music for over 20 years that still has its original members.
Really?
I had the opportunity to see them last Sunday in Essence, in New Orleans, and our people of Jackson just need to get ready. Those boys are bad, and they're coming. They're going to bring it all to the stage, and they have so many great hits that a lot of people don't really remember until they, turn on Kixie 107 or something like that, and they all of a sudden they say, oh yeah, I remember that's Mint Condition. But they're bringing all those hits to the stage here at the Ag and Forestry Museum on August 16th.
What venue do y'all have here in Jackson that's large to hold all these people?
Well, this is the unique thing about this festival. The Ag and Forestry Museum initially wanted to create an environment where people could have an authentic experience of blues. So the grounds area is where our main stage will be. Then you have 3 buildings there on the grounds. Each of those buildings will be turned into kind of your juke joint atmosphere, kind of like where we're sitting now with the club lights and the stage. Okay. So those will be 3 venues, and then you'll have another acoustic stage in the back of the grounds. Okay. And that's where some of our artists like Ben Payton and Kenny Brown. Most people don't know who Kenny Brown is, but if you ever saw the movie Black Snake Moan with Samuel L. Jackson, that was shot in Memphis. Kenny Brown is one of those artists out of Holly Springs, Mississippi. Yeah, Kenny Brown and he's a great acoustic blues style artist. He's learned from a lot of the guys up in the North Mississippi area, just on the borderline of Memphis. So he's going to be a treat for our acoustic stage. We also have a great duo performance by D-Mar and Gill. Derek Martin is a drummer from Jackson who has played with the likes of Little Richard and so many other greats. Probably one of the best drummers I've ever experienced working with. He's also, he and Chris Gill are also on the Blue South Entertainment roster. So I have a opportunity to work with them on a regular basis. Mud Morganfield is the son of Muddy Waters and has been nominated for Blues Awards this year. He is still carrying on the tradition of his father, who left Mississippi, started his life in Rolling Fork, Mississippi, made his way to Chicago and recorded on Chess Records. And so many people have seen the movie Cadillac Records, but they really don't know the history of Muddy Waters and how he changed the whole atmosphere of the blues. Right. He was one of the originators of the amplified sounds of blues when people heard him playing on the streets of Chicago. And so to hear his son is also almost just like listening to Muddy Waters himself. So he's going to be here. And then we wanted to bring, Jackson has so much soul. It's considered a city with soul. So we wanted to be able to give a little R&B flavor to this event. So we have artists like Urban Mystic, artists like Layla James, Laura Isabor, and so they're going to bring that rhythm and blues side, as well as some of the local performers that we have here, like Jerika Singleton, an up-and-coming artist on the blues scene. I just experienced his birthday bash with him last night in a new album release party, so he's doing a great job. Dexter Allen, another fantastic performer, and great female artists like Pat Brown, Patrice Munsell, Vicki Baker. The list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, I see.
The interesting thing about the stages, we do have 5 stages for this event. The main stage is called the City with Soul Music Stage. We also have the Downtown Divas Den. That's where people like Pat Brown, Patrice Munsell, they all will be performing in the Downtown Divas Den. Strictly females in this venue.
Alrighty then.
All night long.
I shall be there.
All night long. Then we also have the Highway 49 Blues Shack, where you'll get great talents of artists like the Peterson Brothers and DeMar and Gill, and so many other artists. And then we have the Fair Street Blues Stage. And we wanted to pay homage to Fair Street, which was the vibrant historic area for African Americans here, which had a lot of music scenes, club scenes, Alamo Theater, Trumpet Records, all of that was a part of Fair Street. And so we wanted to be able to have a stage and a venue named after Fair Street. So that's our other stage. And then the last one is the acoustic stage that I mentioned. Artists like Ben Payton, Kenny Brown, and others will be on.
Well, I have learned more in this little conversation than I have in my whole life. And I'm about to tell Jackson, Mississippi, we're going to steal you. I think I'm about to take you home. I mean, if they can't appreciate the work of Alex Thomas, then I don't know what else to say. They need to come on with it. Whenever your name is attached to something, if they're not there to support it, that's their loss. But you know what? I'm going to keep count because I'm serious. They don't know how to treat you. We're going to bring you to Memphis.
Hey, I love
that.
him.
Tell them Raffinate with a hyphen over the E said that.
Well, thank you. I
You
appreciate
better
that.
stay in your lane
I appreciate it.
with Alex Thomas. Check you all later. Thank you. Very nice
Thank you.
meeting you.
Thank you.
I will be here to see this with my bells on.
All right.
That's a promise.
All right.
All right, because if they get caught slipping now,
You gonna
know
be
I
looking
got
good
you,
in
right?
August like you're looking right now?
Yes, Lord.
All right. Thank you.
Yes,